and I'm comfortable with the line between public oversight and increasing that as we go along. Thank you.
All right, well, I think we will move the amendment first. So, yeah, absolutely.
Councillors, the amendment by division, Your Worship.
No.
Councillor No. Councillor Brewer. Oh. Councillor Casey.
Yes.
Councillor Cashmore.
No.
Councillor Clough. No. Councillor Darby.
No.
Councillor Whakapaina.
Against.
Councillor Fletcher.
No.
Deputy Mayor Hulse.
Against.
Councillor Crum.
Yes.
Councillor Penrose.
No.
Councillor Quacks.
Yes.
Councillor Stewart.
Yes.
Councillor Sir John Walker.
No.
Councillor Wayne Walker.
Yes.
Councillor Watson.
Yes.
Councillor Webster.
No.
Councillor Wood.
No.
13. It's lost, Your Worship.
Yeah.
13-6.
Okay, thank you. Okay, councillors. So I'll put the substantive motion. All those in favour say aye. It's against. Right, thank you. No, those are noted. Councillors, I want to adjourn now for lunch, but before we do so, I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge, as I indicated I would, 3 of our senior managers who are about to retire. I want to firstly acknowledge Grant Taylor. Grant was our Director of Governance, and he's moving on after 45 years of service to local government in Auckland. Grant joined Manukau City Council as a cadet while he studied accountancy. His abilities and his potential were recognised early in his career, and he was appointed Deputy City Treasurer in 1978 and Director of Finance in 1983. Those are the days, Grant. He went on to lead strategic development at both Manukau and Auckland City Council before taking a lead role in finance and administration at the Auckland Transition Agency. He was then convinced to join the new Auckland Council and lead what became the new governance division. Those of us who have worked with Grant over the years will vouch for his absolute commitment to excellence in local government in a time of considerable change. I'd like to pay tribute to the role he played in establishing a collaborative relationship between the governing body and local boards, and his work on establishing strong relationships with the Tami Collective, the Maunga Authority and the Independent Māori Statutory Board. Can we acknowledge Grant? I next want to acknowledge Alan Brookbanks. Where Alan? Is Alan here? There he is. Excellent. Director of People and Capability, Alan Brookbanks is a son of Papataitai, but his career in human resources, industrial relations and other aspects of management have taken him far and wide. The meat industry in Wellington and Waitara, lime breweries, Forestry Corporation, restaurant brands, Television New Zealand, and even Queensland Railways. Alan, that's a beauty. The opportunity to be part of the new Auckland drew him back to Auckland, and he has been part of the council since inception 5 years ago. Alan is on record as saying that I know many of us will absolutely share being part of the super city in a city where I was born and love is compelling and exciting. And I haven't been disappointed on you, mate. What Alan's staff say about him speaks volumes about his leadership and what he has achieved. Warm, listening, leadership and a sense of fairness. Getting things done during amalgamation and pushing past that for further improvements. We wish you, Alan, well as you to take on what you describe as the bucket list holiday of a lifetime before he comes back and works with us as a leadership coach. Can everyone please acknowledge Alan? And last but certainly not least, Dr. Roger Blakely. Chief Planning Officer, Roger has been a public servant his entire career. His degree was in civil engineering and his PhD was in earthquake engineering. He joined the Ministry of Works in 1976, helped write the Reinforced Concrete Buildings Code, a code that was to save many lives during the Christchurch earthquake. Roger became General Manager of State Coal Mines in 1984 and transitioned them into Coalcorp and then Solid Energy. He was appointed as New Zealand's first Secretary for the Environment 2 years later and played a lead role in replacing 86 pieces of legislation with the Resource Management Act in 1991. Roger was a Chief Executive of Internal Affairs during the review that led to the 2002 Local Government Act and then joined local government as Chief Exec of Porirua City. No one here needs to be reminded of his contribution since he joined the new Auckland at its birth 5 years ago. The Auckland Plan is a platform for growth in Auckland over the next 3 decades as we work towards creating the world's most livable city. Roger led that process at an officer level with the mantra, simple, fast, bold and innovative. The proposed Auckland Unitary Plan, the Economic Development Strategy and the City Centre Master Plan are other extraordinary pieces of work developed under Roger's stewardship. He has been a powerful advocate and champion for a design-led city and an area in which Auckland City and Auckland Council has excelled and created a paradigm shift as we see. When historians look back at the achievements made during the early years of Auckland Council, the work of Roger and his teams will be seen as providing a very solid foundation for the city to move forward on in the decades to come. Roger, congrats. Everyone put your hands together, please, for Roger. So, councillors, on that very positive note, can we all invite ourselves to lunch? We stand adjourned. Be back at 1.